In this video, I'll be sharing with you 10 easy real estate investing tips for 20 to 30-year-olds. Millennials and investing are two words that don't always go hand in hand. However, when it comes to real estate investing, they ought to go together. There are many opportunities that are available on ground, and sometimes a millennial can be as confused as to present opportunities to take advantage of. And so in a bid to doing that, some people get defrauded. They don't have a grasp as to what kind of investment is currently available for them to pounce on. Here we go. Number 1, be financially aware. Your financial awareness is a combination of your knowledge, your skill, your attitude, and behavior necessary to make sound financial decisions and ultimately to help you achieve a resounding financial well-being. Everybody today is obsessed with fitness, physical and mental fitness. However, there is another type of fitness that is equally important: financial fitness. It is also a process where you develop the skills and confidence to become more aware of financial risks and opportunities, to make informed decisions, to know where to go for help, and to take effective actions to improve your financial well-being. Number 2, the OPM strategy, otherwise known as other people's money in the financial world. Here is why OPM is such a big conversational piece in our world. We live in a time when everyone is trying to figure out how to do things by themselves. It is brilliantly using someone's resources, in this case, someone's money, to fund your real estate investment with little or no cost to you. It is an idea that says someone else has got it. Now, how do you get it to fund your own ideas? There are various sources of OPM. The number 1 source is the bank. Yeah, you heard that right. Banks are commercial approaches to lending. Unfortunately, it is always an uphill task getting funds from banks. In some parts of the world, going to the bank is always an unproductive venture. Other sources are money from cooperatives, from your friends, from your relatives, from group contributions, and so forth, are excellent pool for OPM used in real estate investment financing. I bet you can also use them as well. Number 3, know the advantages of owning a tangible asset. Tangible assets, also known as hard assets, are physical items that are both touched and seen, with a clear purchase value used by a person or business to produce goods and services. A savvy real estate investor that expects to rise on the juicy real estate investment ladder has to understand the advantages of being the owner of a tangible asset. If you have a high value in tangible assets, they can always be liquidated and turned into cash. Businesses in higher risk industries such as banking and finance use their tangible assets to reassure investors. You can as well use your tangible assets as collateral for other business ventures when the time arises. It is one of the greatest sureties in business. Aside from making men wealthy, it has the ability to massively compound in value within a few years. Number 4, real estate investments online. The advancement of the internet and technology has enabled the rapid rise of not a few real estate investment platforms. Knowledge as well as information is power. They are low-cost real estate investment vehicles. These real estate investment platforms source investment opportunities around the world in real time. Most have opportunities around regions very close to you. One beautiful thing is that you can find valuable information on these apps or websites. Real estate trends, surveys, the market rise and fall, recommendations and suggestions are some of the information you can get from these platforms. As an aspiring real estate player, you do well to constantly check these opportunities, confirm their legality, and seek to purchase or make a down payment. You have to be sure you get your lawyer or legal representative involved so that every necessary deal is verified. Some examples of notable low-cost crowdfunding real estate investment platforms are Fundrise, CrowdStreet. Some examples of real estate marketplaces are Compass, Trulia, and many others. Number 5. Do your due diligence. Always inspect the real estate before payment. There is a lot of excitement when you discover the property you have the funds to acquire. We get that, alright? We at Beck Africa implore that you do your due diligence to avoid incidences that could wreck you financially. Some deals go down fast, some are strictly cash. In both scenarios, inspections may not happen. However, inspecting a home either with a professional or someone who can spot issues makes sense on all deals. If the property has issues, you may be able to get a better deal, or you may decide to pass. Of course, not all inspectors are created equally, so be sure to use your own judgment as well. Never buy a property based solely on someone else's description of the property. If you can't see it on your own, hire someone you trust or a professional to do it for you. Even if you have worked with investors before, it is always a good idea to verify the condition of the property before investment. You should not be so tired to ensure that you check the records of relevant lands, city or urban planning authorities to ascertain true ownership of property. Book inspections. If you cannot go in person, send a trusted person to stand in place for you. Cross all T's and dot all I's. As a way of motivation and commitment to your real estate investment goal, even if you aren't ready to secure or purchase your own property, go on a regular visit to neighborhoods you would like to own your properties in. It does a lot of wonders. You would notice that you put in more effort and attention to being a real estate investor sooner than later. Number 6. Have multiple exit strategies. Real estate has its ups and downs. You need to know when to hold and when to sell property for profit. For example, we are in a pandemic. This is the best time to invest in real estate because the stock markets are crashed. The recession is almost on us, and many real estate owners want to be liquid. That is, they want to sell their properties for cash. Many are already selling their properties at giveaway prices. A proper exit strategy will help you determine the best time to sell and for what profit. An exit strategy is great because it not only guides your decisions throughout a given real estate investment deal, it also dictates how it will maximize your profitability. As an investor, it is very important to evaluate each investment scenario with what you hope to gain at the end. That is, have a specific plan for each property before you even attempt to purchase or invest in it. You should have a clear understanding of how you intend to profit from every real estate investment before you even meet with a prospective seller, so that you don't cry hot tears. Familiarizing yourself with each individual real estate exit strategy can save your business enormous amounts of money. It is never wise to consciously enter into negotiations with a seller without knowing how you'll be exiting from the deal. Essentially, neglecting to consider an exit strategy reduces potential profits while increasing your risks. Number 7. Follow and subscribe to real estate platforms. It will do you a whole lot of good to follow discussions around real estate investment on multiple platforms because it is your one sure means to acquire great wealth despite the rising inflations. Subscribe to YouTube channels like this one. Read real estate articles on Investopedia, Medium, Business Insider, Forbes, and other e-learning platforms to expand your knowledge and to secure and maintain great income generating channels. Ask questions, book sections, go to workshops, do your research, take surveys, engage in seminars, contact real estate experts, and seek professional guidance. If you do all this, you'll surely not go wrong. Number 8. Set a budget and timeline. Money. Money, it's the real reason why you would get into investing, whether in real estate or something else. The why behind the money may be different for everyone. Some are looking to have freedom for a career change, others are looking to be able to do more for their family, and yet the rest are looking for ways to preserve family wealth. But at the end of the day, whether short term or long term, the end goal is to have more money than originally invested. Yet, it takes at least one initial investment to get started. The problem starts when investors don't properly budget beforehand. Remember, you are budgeting time and money for successful real estate investing. People who do the bare minimum rarely succeed. For you, cash flow numbers need to make a lot of sense. One of the factors of a good investment property is whether or not it can bring in more money than it costs to own. So, when investors don't budget properly before they buy a property, those numbers can quickly swing in the negative. Number 9. Look for the best performing real estate niches. There are niches that perform way more than the others, depending on the length of time you're willing to hold before selling. Right now, the highest selling real estate niches in Africa are rented apartment buildings. The disposable income of most Africans have been affected by bad leadership across the continent. When you see high-rise and palatial buildings sprawling at city centers in Africa, do not be deceived. They cannot be afforded by the common man. Foreign expatriates and diaspora nationals would inhabit them at the least. At the moment, those buildings are very, very empty. People can only afford to rent homes to live in for now, unless there would be sustainable government interventions in form of housing subsidies and mortgages so that they'll be able to purchase their own properties. In the US, there are 90 million unmarried Americans. An investor that caters for this demography would cash out big time. Number 10. Know your market. Before investing in real estate, know the kind of people that will constitute your prospective buyers. This isn't the time to be unreal. The concept of market segmentation is real. Ask questions. What is the financial status of your prospective buyers? Where can they be found? What sectors do they work in? What is their median monthly and annual disposable income? By disposable income, we mean the income that your buyer can easily set aside for real estate purchase. How many of their kind live around where your property is located? You would want to factor in proximity to your real estate properties. Check these boxes and be sure that you have an understanding of your market from an empathetic point of view than a mere business point. Otherwise, you will be terribly shocked. And because you stayed with us till the end, here is your bonus. Number 11. Read the news. Understand crime rates. Research the crime rates of the areas you want to invest in. If you do not do that, you would have shot yourself in the foot when you discover that you cannot sell or rent out your property due to an increase in crime rates in the area your investment is located. Find out what locals are saying about properties in the area. Is the property currently haunted by ghosts? Are kidnapping and armed robbery rampant in those areas? What is the level of crime rate in those areas? Do assassinations happen there on a regular? Is your landowner a fraud? Whatever you do, make adequate inquiries before investment. Now, we have come to the end of today's episode. Make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you never miss a video. Let us know your opinion on what would kickstart your real estate investment journey in the comment section below. Thank you for spending some time with us. Bye for now.